Dearest Agatha, today on New Gameplay Today, General Grant has commissioned us to learn about Age of Empires 4. I sit here with my comrade, Daniel Tack.
You got a lot going on there in that intro.
It's Friday and I'm just throwing things around at this point. Hello, welcome
Hey,
to New Gameplay
great to
Today.
be here.
Yeah. Tack, welcome. And as always, we have the king of late night, John Carson, as well. Hello.
Dearest Agatha, I found your letters from Alex. What are you doing?
Did we say "ith" back then?
My God, I do not think that this is a colloquialism of the Civil War era. All right, I think we're off base here. Speaking of eras, let's talk about an age of empires.
Oh, we did it!
Look at that.
We got there.
We got there finally. Tack, what are we playing today? You got to get your hands on the release build of Age of Empires 4, correct?
That's right. I've been playing the heck out of this game. Comes out later this week on the 28th. This is Age of Empires 4. For those of you who played Age of Empires 2, this is it really captures that essence, for better or worse. So if you're looking for something that, is going to boldly renovate the RTS genre, this ain't it. If you're looking for a modernized take on essentially everything that made Age of Empires 2 cool, then yeah, this is it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I've been playing the heck out of this game. Right now we're watching some of my footage. I was playing as the Delhi Sultanate in this particular match, and as it has been in Age of Empires 2, every civilization has their own really special units and perks, and they all play very differently. The game is launching with 8 different factions like that. Some are tailored to newer players, some are tailored to more advanced players.
Okay.
Yeah, you're building up your population. Essentially, it's a game of resources and expansion, right?
Sure.
Build up, build
Sounds
out,
familiar.
take out the enemy.
So
you've heard this song and dance before.
Yeah. So Tack, as someone who is inexperienced in Age of Empires, we shall say, you say it is very reminiscent of 2. What is it not like? Is it not taking what 3 did? Like, what are the differences?
Oh
between,
God.
Like,
okay, so that's one of the
Yeah.
Within the RTS community, we don't talk about Age of Empires 3. Actually, I think is a pretty good game, but at the time, it was actually when it released, it was pretty much maligned by the community for being a complete diversion from what Age of Empires 2 was, and everybody loved Age of Empires 2. People still love Age of Empires 2. People are still playing the Age of Empires 2 like remaster to this day.
Oh wow.
It's got the RTS community has become. It's not a small community, but it has become more of a niche community, right? Mm-hmm. But they have their games, they love their games, they're still playing Company Heroes 2, they're still playing Age of Empires 2, they're still playing StarCraft, all this stuff is still getting played. It's just not the powerhouse genre that it once was.
Are there any meaningful enhancements in this game compared to 2 then?
I mean, yeah,
like,
obviously there are changes. There are lots of changes, and I found the UI a little bit more readable. There's some new things that say hey, this is a unique unit to your civilization. It's got little pips on it, just very small things that tell us where we're at, what we're doing. And obviously, it's not a 1-to-1. This isn't a remake, okay? But if you've played Age of Empires 2, you've played this game essentially, in terms of any kind of feature set and mechanics that you're going to be interested in. But yeah, there are small changes, and obviously it looks a lot better. Mm-hmm. But you're playing with that same, let's say, foundation. So if you've played that one, you can easily dive into this one. If it's your first RTS, it will be as... It's not going to be rough for you. The first campaign is essentially a giant tutorial, and I mean, it's like hours and hours long.
Oh, man.
But it will teach you how to make control groups, and it will teach you all these other things. Some stuff we're not going to look at this video today that I did like about the campaign was that the missions are very by the book. It's like, hey, we're going to teach you how to do this in this mission, and then you have lots of in this mission, you're going to defend a castle. In this mission, you're going to build an army. In this mission, you're going to learn how to use these units, that kind of thing. But the post-mission stuff and videos and kind of stuff like that, which actually use real historical settings and stuff, you'll just see a field and it's really weird. It shows the modern day, and then with animated, superimposed images of how things were during the old day. Hey, let's go to London or something, and But there's all these villagers and knights running around. It's actually very cool. It's like some History Channel stuff that I was like, you know what? I don't know what this is, but I like this.
You're
Give me more of this. I'm gonna beat
into
this
it.
next mission. That may be a rather, uninteresting mission of me handling King whoever, fighting another king. Oh, God, in that even in just the first campaign, there are 4 campaigns to play through at launch. Even that first campaign, it's just like, okay, we got King X, King Y, King Z, all these kings killing each other. I'm like, but it's historically rooted. I think you hear the Magna Carta like 30 times during the course of that. But like, hey, it's cool. I like learning. I like learning while I play stuff. I do. Like, unironically, and I think they did a good job of blending real history with the RTS action in the campaign segments. And I do like the videos they did for it. I think they should have their own History Channel show. Microsoft, you know where to reach us. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, it is it is interesting because, Assassin's Creed does something a little different, right? But it still tells, like, the history of the eras that they're in. And, I think that's cool that we're actually learning from games these days. They're not just melting our minds as someone.
I like
believe.
learning. I like learning from
good.
games.
Yeah.
Especially when it's done in such a cool way. And yeah, there's lots of like unique structures you can build. Like one of my favorites, we won't get to see it in this one, is one of the buildings you can build lets you create 5 units at a time instead of 1. Like there's all kinds of different. Again, every civilization plays very different. So you're gonna be like, is 8 different factions enough to start with? When, I mean, 2 at this point has like a bazillion, like really. But yeah, they all feel very distinct and they play very differently. So I think they've really captured like a lot of different play styles. Like the Mongols, they wouldn't sit here and set up camp, right? They'd be all over the freaking board already, taking over, anything that isn't locked down. Very aggressive expansion, kind of like Zerg. Obviously, that's not correct, but it's just like if you want to liken it to something you might know, since I know y'all have played some StarCraft in your day. They're way more aggressive in initial expansion, and they can start attacking right away.
So, quick question: is it all combat, or is it like is there diplomacy or anything like that in the game?
There is diplomacy. Okay. You're not going to engage. I don't know how much you're going to engage with diplomacy in like multiplayer, but in single player, yeah, you'll have a thing where like the Duke Archibald of
Bring me the Duke
of Cannonthor has decreed that he will continue to attack you as you try to take on King James. Unless you pay him a princely fee of 500 gold, or you can defeat his troops to the west. What shall you do? And you're like, here's 500 gold, leave me alone. and then you go and take out whatever the king you're supposed to beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there is that kind of thing where you can like make allegiances through coin or other trade. And obviously in multiplayer and stuff like that, that'll come out more when you set up like trade routes with other people in the game. An old classic thing, hey, whoever you're playing with, if you got a partner, get those trade routes set up and start getting that gold coming in often.
Okay, so you mentioned...
With this play here, obviously I was taking it very slow. I think this was actually my first time playing as the Delhi Sultanate. But war elephants are freaking amazing, okay? So that's why I was trying to check them out for this video.
Yeah.
You'll get a look at them. War elements can tear through troops and cities. Now, a lot of times, depending on who you're fighting against, they'll have a nice little fortified city. Maybe they'll even have like giant walls and lots of fortifications. So elephants take care of that, okay?
Oh, yeah. They just can't take down Legolas.
When in doubt, elephant warriors. Yeah, so no Legolas in this game, no fantasy. In the campaign, though, some of your leader units will have special skills, which is interesting to play around with. Like, maybe you'll have a knight leader who can charge. Oh, here we go. We got the first of the elephants coming out.
Yeah.
These are big boys.
Big boys.
And I tried to zoom in and out of this, just give folks a look at the action a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot going on outside of these matches, but when you're done with the campaign, like with any RTS, the real meat of this game is going to be in skirmishes and multiplayer and all that stuff. 100%.
And did you get a chance to try any of that? Okay.
But I want to go to clarify John's question, too. Again, you might have noticed in the upper left corner, there's a couple of different win conditions here. Instead of destroying the enemy outright, because that can be really, especially if the enemy is turtling up as like the Holy Roman Empire or something, and they have massive towers and lots of defenses, it can be really tough to take a city, even with elephants if they're savvy at taking out your siege units. So, other alternative conditions are available, like building a wonder, which is a very expensive unit you can build in the Imperial Age, the Final Age, or taking over all of these sites with your monks, these religious sites.
Oh, okay.
So you've got different ways to win, and you got different strategies to win, and many of the different factions can sort of build out in the way they want, so you can play different factions different ways. There isn't like like I mentioned the Mongols earlier, they're always almost going to be aggressive, but a lot of the other civs can play in various ways, very interesting ways. Like, let's go French econ first, or maybe I'll go Rus aggression first. You can go econ aggression. A lot of them have different build-outs, right?
Oh, cool.
And that really play up into their unique units and strategies, depending on what buildings you build. So it's not as simple as just clicking an age button in this, as you can see right here. Every time you age up in this game, you're going to pick a special building to do your age up with that is going to have unique elements. So that, again, further fuels the progression track. Back in Age of Empires 2, if I'm not incorrect, and I might be, you just clicked a button when you had the resources in it, and it took time to go. But I think that's accurate. So you're basically getting a lot more flavor with each age, and some of them get really specific, like with China, for instance, you go through various dynasties, which is another gameplay mechanic the other factions don't have. Everybody's different, and they really do all feel and play differently, outside of like building as many villagers as you can and getting as many resources as you can. You want to do that no matter who you are. But
did you have a favorite faction?
oh, I mean, yeah, China and the English remain. It's funny; those are my favorite factions in Age of Empires 2 as well.
Oh, nice.
Basically, I really love nations that have incredible archer units. So with England, you get the longbowmen, and then they can set up like anti-horse things in front of them. So it's like they're really great. Longbows are great. Just get them up on a wall; they ain't getting touched. And then with China, you have like all kinds of things like the bee's nest and fireworks and stuff like that, where you just annihilate people with tons of arrows before they even get to you. I like that strategy, okay?
Yeah.
I like archers when it comes to this. But I would expect that as as the game releases and I get to play against more people, that the strategies, the meta will become formed, right? And we'll see who's really got the king strats. But playing through that's a lengthy campaign. You got many hours of campaign to go through before you even start getting into that. There's a whole progression track system in this game. Where you unlock things. It's all cosmetic. Unlock different icons for your character.
Oh, like a season pass?
We didn't have access to anything like that.
Okay.
But yes, it is similar in the structuring to a season pass, where it's like
got it.
You've got like daily quests, daily missions, like play a multiplayer game, win a game with the English, things like that that gives you more XP that feed into this thing where you unlock cosmetics. But as far as an actual battle pass, I didn't see anything like that, so let's not go. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that's a pretty good look. When did you say this game's coming out?
It's coming out this Thursday on the 28th.
Wow, look at that. And your review is on the site?
Yes.
Or will be on the site?
Yeah, it'll be around the same time as this video, most likely.
Beautiful. Well, I think
Dearest Agatha.
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in Age of Empires 4? Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for this. Viewers, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this look at Age of Empires, be sure to stay on GameInformer.com and YouTube.com/GameInformer. Like, share, and subscribe. You know the whole thing. And then we will see you next time.
Yo, the elephants are going in.
Oh no! We can't say goodbye yet. Hold on, let them do their thing.
Look at how fast they destroy buildings. Yo, they're elephants.
They're absolutely running show.
Agatha, I must just go. The elephants have taken down mine home.
Our homestead that we worked so hard to build is now gone.
Oh yeah, you can see like one other thing I want to touch on real quick.
Okay.
Another thing that's different than Age of Empires 2.
Yeah.
You can see that my melee units are actually throwing torches at the buildings instead of hitting them with their sword, which is ridiculous. How it was back in the day.
Yeah.
They actually give them torches when they're hitting buildings. Again, just like little cool things like that. Anyway.
Brave new world. It's a beautiful thing. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. And viewers, we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.